Cross-examination continues today of Stormy Daniels in the trial against Donald Trump in New York. I'll give you my three big revelations of what's taken place so far when it comes to Stormy Daniels. Number one, it was slimy. It was salacious. And that was the point. That's the point, in fact, of the entire trial. Stormy Daniels took the stand and she went into detail about her alleged affair with Donald Trump. She talked about missionary position. She said she came out of the bathroom and Donald Trump was laid across the bed in boxers and a T-shirt. She said she spanked him with a rolled-up magazine. She went into detail, in detail, so much so that the judge at one point had to tell her, we don't need to hear all of this. Well, that's the point. We don't need to hear any of this. None of it has relevance to the alleged accounting crimes against Donald Trump. She has no information. She has no insight. She knows nothing about the bookkeeping records of Donald Trump. And certainly none of this testimony has anything to do with the accounting. But it did make, apparently, according to reports, 2 jurors smirk. And Donald Trump, several times within the day, curse audibly. Apparently he turned to his attorneys and said, this is bullshit. And he shook his head repeatedly. Also for that, he was chastised by the judge. But it was all too much. Trump's team advocated immediately for a mistrial. See, if this is irrelevant to the proceedings, all it's there to do is to throw slime, to paint Donald Trump in the minds of these jurors. It's to make them do exactly what this whole thing is about, make them dislike Donald Trump. You know, it's interesting. This was all written up in CNN.com, and I wanted to read it to you, but it's too long, but it was under the banner of analysis. Like, you know, okay, so is that opinion or is that reporting? But the reporting on CNN.com admitted that this is all political by nature. It lamented that the Mar-a-Lago classified documents case has been pushed back and won't now see the light of day before the November election. And the line in the CNN article was like, putting all the more emphasis on Stormy Daniels' testimony that day. Well, why does that put more emphasis on Stormy Daniels? That, to me, is an admission, which we don't need admission, so we know anyway, that you're not trying to get down to the bookkeeping notes of Donald Trump. You're trying to make this a political trial by throwing as much dirt as possible, including spanking with a rolled-up magazine. It should be declared a mistrial. Number 2, the motivation of Stormy Daniels. Clearly, she was in this to make money. She said that she wasn't interested in talking about the story until after she saw the Access Hollywood story. At that point, she reached out to an attorney, and they started to push for a negotiation with Donald Trump to get some money. She got $130,000 out of it. She's capitalized on this from the beginning. She's not some victim. She is a profiteer in this entire enterprise. She has written books about it. She did a strip club act called Make America Horny Again. She's been motivated from the beginning into what personally benefits Stormy Daniels. And when she decided the $130,000 wasn't enough, what motivated her was to try to get more from Donald Trump. Bring you to point number 3. Takeaway from this. Her motivation is also that she hates Donald Trump. Because of all of this profit seeking and all this unseemliness, she lost a lawsuit again from Donald Trump for $500,000. She owes Donald Trump $500,000. And she has said, I will defy that court order. I will not pay him a single penny. Which, okay, if you are willing to defy a court order, which was established on cross-examination, why would you not defy an oath that you were taking in court that day? If you have no respect for the courtroom, if you have no respect for the requirements of you, why should we assume you have some respect for the oath you took today in taking the stand? She has said she hates Donald Trump. She's called him an orange turd. According to, and this time, CNN's legal analyst, this is huge. That's huge because it shows her lack of credibility because of her exhibited motivation in this trial. This is the tawdry part. CNN wrote, this is when it came back to life. It came back to life for you because this is what it's about for you, and this is what easier to write articles about. Because what it should be about, if it's about justice, It's about accounting and bookkeeping. When it was dead, it was justice. Now that it's alive for you, it's injustice. It's slime. It's politics as a prosecution of Donald Trump.